The Second Punic War was fought between 218 and 202 BCE. Of all the Punic Wars, this was the most intense, settling the age-old battle between the Romans and the Carthaginians.
In many ways, I see the Second Punic War as a continuation of the First Punic War, in that it doesn't have a specific cause other than bad feelings resulting from the end of the First Punic War.
Rome had acquired most of the land surrounding the Mediterranean in 50 years' time, and when the war was fought, the Roman army was the finest in the region, with 48,000 men comprised of 16,000 Roman cavalry, 30,000 allied infantry, and 2,000 allied cavalry. In opposition, Hannibal had 102,000 men comprised of 90,000 allied infantry, 12,000 cavalry, and approximately 37 war elephants. In battle, Carthage burned Roman fields, resulting in a turning point in history for Rome, who had to change its economy's focus from agriculture to trade due to the aftermath of the war.
Hannibal was brought up in Spain and was the son of the Carthaginian general Hamilcar Barca, who had fought in the First Punic War and lost. Hamilcar made Hannibal swear a blood oath to avenge his loss through the destruction of Rome.
Put your hands in the blood. I swear.
I swear
That for as long as I live,
that for as long as I live,
I will be an enemy of Rome.
I will be an enemy of Rome.
By the age of 25, Hannibal was already exceptionally skilled in battle. He theorized that Carthage would be secure if Italy was invaded, possibly weakening or even defeating Rome. When Hannibal was finally able to act on his theory, his brother Hasdrubal was left to protect Spain. By invading Italy, Hannibal provoked Rome and caused the Second Punic War. To begin his reign of terror, Hannibal marched from Spain to the walls of Rome, crossing the Alps with his men and elephants. Along the journey through the mountains, 1/3 of his troops lost their lives, and most of the elephants died from the harsh conditions. Never having been truly challenged before, Rome saw Hannibal as an immense threat.
Hannibal, after he made it across the Pyrenees and into Italy, ravaged the countryside and defeated Roman armies at every turn. He won essentially every engagement with the Romans that took place on the Italian peninsula. So Hasdrubal came to bring reinforcements to his brother, and they were met at the northern border of Italy by the Roman army, who defeated and destroyed Hasdrubal's forces, captured Hasdrubal, beheaded him, and, fun fact, threw his head into Hannibal's camp. This did not improve Hannibal's feelings towards the Romans.
The Battle of Trebia was fought in 218 BCE. Sempronius Longus led the Romans, and Hannibal led the Carthaginians. Sempronius had 36,000 infantry arranged in 3 lines, with 4,000 cavalry on each side and in the front. Hannibal's infantry came from several regions, including northwestern Europe, Spain, and Africa. Hannibal had 10,000 of his cavalry and elephants front and center. He led his men to attack the front and flank the sides of the Roman army, while his brother Mago, who had been hiding behind the Romans, jumped out and ambushed them.
Before we mobilize our hidden reserves, to swing around and block them off on either flank.
Therefore, the Carthaginians surrounded the Romans and defeated them.
In addition to Trebia, the Battle of Cannae was extremely humiliating for Rome, who lost 1/2 of its troops. The loss of this battle enraged Scipio, a Roman general leading the fight.
Eventually, the Romans got tired of being beaten in the field and sent an army to Carthage to attack the Carthaginians at home. When this happened, the Carthaginians recalled Hannibal and his troops to face the man who was known as the Roman Hannibal, Scipio. Tactically, he was arguably the equal of Hannibal, although Hannibal did it time after time and Scipio essentially pulled it off twice.
In 204 BCE, Scipio sailed to Africa to attack Carthage. Here, Scipio and Hannibal met in the ultimate battle at Zama.
The final battle, however, was the battle at the plains of Zama, where Scipio used brilliance and, I'll say, treachery to finally and decisively beat the Carthaginian forces. With Hannibal's army essentially routed, the Carthaginians wisely sued for peace and were granted it on rather harsher terms than the First Punic War.
This battle was fought in 202 BCE and brought about the end of the Second Punic War. When Scipio and Hannibal came face to face, they originally attempted to make peace, but Scipio vehemently refused to accept Hannibal's terms of the treaty. Soon both men had gathered armies with roughly 34,000 soldiers each. New elephants and troops quickly came to Hannibal's aid. However, this time Scipio planned to emulate Hannibal's tactics from the Battle of Cannae, sending the cavalry to attack the sides and back while the infantry attacked the front.
The turning points of the Second Punic War, I would say, notably first, it established Rome as the preeminent, the dominant military power in the Mediterranean region. But economically, it was also very significant, because while Carthaginians continued to trade after the Second Punic War, the Romans began to trade after it.
Because the majority of battles of the Second Punic War took place in Italy, many fields were burned by the Carthaginians. The fire destroyed the topsoil across southern Italy, leaving the land barren and uncultivatable. Since the land was arid, farmers could no longer turn over a profit, since many who were forced to fight returned to farms that were in despair. Additionally, the majority of small farmers lost their land to rich patricians who bought it out from under them while they were fighting in the war, thus making Rome reliant on external provinces for bringing in crops.
Rome's economy was originally dependent on the agriculture of these farmers, but because of the war, Rome had to transition into a trade-based economy. In an attempt to strengthen trade and import food, Rome began to exchange goods with faraway places they had not previously traded with, such as Africa and China. This increase in food trade began to outweigh the exchange of goods, such as gold, silver, salt, and cotton.
Thus, Rome slowly became impoverished after the war. Rome's economy began to weaken due to the expensive cost of trading long distances, such as the large-scale use of ships. Although Rome had conquered Carthage and proved that it was a force to be reckoned with, it was ultimately weakened by the war and would never fully rebuild its economy to its former glory.